guys, I want to talk with you today about something that's happening for a lot of people at the moment, something I personally relate to on a incredibly deep level. So where I'm coming from with this is, have you ever found yourself stood in front of a mirror and just thinking to yourself, whenever I set myself a goal, I never seem to be able to achieve it. I have all the good intentions, I do well for a few weeks or a few days or a few months, and then something comes up, something happens, and it all goes to the wayside and I've failed again. And certainly if you have been in that situation, you are not alone. There are so many people this happens to, and what I want to talk to you today about is not being quite so hard on yourself, and how to give you some strategies to be able to deal with that kind of mindset. It's the strategies that I use with people around me, with my family, and with some of the clients that I work with as well. So before I do that, let me just talk to you about this. During my childhood, when I was growing up, I was desperately in need of attention, and so I figured out for myself that if I performed everything to the absolute highest level and I was better than everybody else, then I would be noticed. I would stop being this invisible child, and somebody would give me the validation and attention I so desperately wanted. And so for me, I picked up this habit or this behaviour where I tried to do everything to perfection. I wanted to shine out above everybody else. And it's sort of, for a period of time in life, that does actually work. That did actually work for me. If I did really well, then I would get praise from the people around me, the significant others, and my peers, where I wanted to be accepted. So of course that just motivated me to carry on using that strategy. However, what I realised as I was going into adulthood, that I was constantly setting myself up to fail because I wanted to reach perfection in everything. Only most people know that perfection, it's not something that's actually there. You're always waiting for this one big thing that never actually arrives. Okay, so what I'm going to talk to you about now is how I overcame that, and what you can do to help you when you're reaching those moments in time, and certainly to get out of that negative mindset and to move forward with things. So it wasn't until I reached a point where something had got to change. I got to the point where I just thought, everything that I do, I fail. I am a failure. And I was performing things in athletics, for example, at an extremely high level and doing really well. And on one occasion, I'd finished second in a race, and a friend of mine came over and was really excited. Well done, as I was coming over the finish line, and I just got this big, sadness on my face, and they're like, "You've done so well. You're second. That's so remarkable." And I'm like, "But it's not first." See, so you're always chasing this. You're always chasing this big thing, this big next thing, and it's unattainable sometimes. And so we have to relax with that. So what I started to do, because if I didn't get out of this place, I was going to end up really in a bad place. I was starting to feel quite depressed. I was getting really low moods, and just nothing seemed to have a sense of purpose anymore. And so what I did is started to work on myself, and I set about finding how I can get out of this mindset, because it was unhealthy and I didn't want to live the rest of my life like that. Enough was enough. Okay, so I found a number of different strategies. I'm going to share 3 of them with you today. The first one is, please do not be hard on yourself. Okay, a way you can deal with this is, if you fail at something, or you don't achieve something that you set your mind out to do, I want you to talk to yourself as if you were talking to a 4-year-old child. Imagine that child is in front of you, and that child made a mistake. How would you relate to that child? I am pretty sure you would not be berating that child. You wouldn't be putting that child down. I'm pretty sure the dialogue would be something along the lines of, "You tried your best. I know that you can do this." And I want you to speak to yourself in the same manner, and take that care of yourself the same as you would anybody else, or for a young child, for example, because you deserve to hear that it's okay and that you did your best. The second thing is to please don't just keep focusing on the things that you didn't achieve. Focus on your strengths, really pick them out and spend some time and thinking about your strengths rather than focusing on what you're not good at all the time. It's natural, we can't be good at absolutely everything. There are some things that you're going to be good at, really good at, and you shine, and then there's some things that you're just not going to be that great at. So focus on your strengths and really take the time to notice them and bring them to the forefront to help motivate you. The other thing that you can do is you can keep a journal, and this is so important. This is something that I use so much with the people around me and with my clients. Keep a journal. At the end of every day, take some time to write in a notebook or your diary or a journal 3 things that you did well that day. 3 very small things. So it might be something as simple as you didn't feel like doing your workout today, but you did it. It wasn't to the intensity that you'd intended, but at least you did it, okay? It might be something like you went out for a run and you didn't feel like going for the run, and it was really hard work getting yourself up and out, but you actually did it. And yes, you only did 5k instead of 10k, but you actually went out and did it. It could be something like, I stuck to my meal plan all day, and I did come off plan and I had a not so good choice of a snack, but the whole day I did stick to my plan, and that's a remarkable achievement and something I wouldn't have done in the past. So recognise those really, really small things, and don't just tick them off. Oh yes, I did that today, did that today. Actually take the time to sit down and journal them out, and take the time to recognise it for yourself, and recognise the achievements that you are doing, you are reaching on a day-to-day basis, okay? So I really do hope these 3 strategies help you moving forward, and again, just be rest assured that it's very normal, and most people go through a period like this at some point in their life. What I want you to do is DM me or make a comment below telling me 1 really small thing that you did yesterday that you achieved over the course of the day. Put it in the comments below or DM me. I want to know.